proudly hosts the Junior Hockey World Cup qualifiers right in the heart of Windhoek. From the 18th to the 25th of April at Devon Trustco Hockey Stadium, the best young talents from across Africa will battle it out for a shot at global glory. Who will represent the continent on the world stage? Follow real-time updates and all the live action on all our NBC Sports social media platforms. This is more than just hockey. This is the road to the World Cup. Catch every moment live on NBC2. NBC, it's ours.
And it is number 2! What a brilliant goal from JP Prince! Keep it simple in the same corner. Duran carrying the ball. He's been one of the
key playmakers.
And this is unbelievable!
Owen Hansen.
Puts it away. It is 2-1 to Namibia. And who is the man who finds that pass? Christian Duran.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Junior African Cup. It's day 3, game number 9, Namibia versus Kenya. We've got a jam-packed game coming up for you guys. We're sorry for the delay. The game was only delayed because of lightning and not because of the rain. Because in hockey you can still play in the rain, but if there's lightning you unfortunately have to wait it out. My name is Robin Kambinda. I'm joined by my co-commentator.
Tawana Mutapati.
Tawana Mutapati, yes. We've got a great game for you. We've got Kenya. And we also have the results from previously during the day from the other games coming up for you.
Yeah, we had hockey starting as early as 9 o'clock in the morning today with Zimbabwe taking on Uganda. And in the women's category, Zimbabwe winning that game comfortably 5-1. And right after that, the Egyptian men took on the Zambian men. And with the Egyptian men winning that one 3-1. And straight after that, we had South Africa take on Zimbabwe in the men's division. South Africa with a massacre, with a comfortable win, 7-1. But yeah, obviously Zimbabwe getting the last goal of the game there, which was good stuff. They did manage to get 1 goal back, but unfortunately it wasn't enough to clutch the game. And then right after that, the South African women played Kenya, and South Africa winning that game 4-0. And as of now, we are coming at you live here at the Trustco, the Windhoek High School, the Devon Astro Field, with the hosts Namibia taking on Kenya.
It was a day filled with lots of goals today. We hope the next game is also going to be filled with a lot of goals. The guys are warming up now. They are getting prepared to take on each other. Kenya had a good run so far. They drew 0-0 to Zimbabwe in the opening match. And then they also drew 4-4 against Egypt in their second match. Namibia, on the other hand, won in the first game against
Egypt. They won 3-1 with the captain JP Blitz getting 2 goals and Owen Hatton getting 1. So that was good stuff from them. And then unfortunately losing their second game 8-0 to South Africa.
Yes, that was a very intense game for them to play. But it just opened their game up for the next few ones. I see the umpire just blew the whistle to start, and here is the Kenya lineup.
Yeah, a couple standout players here for Kenya here tonight. Of course, Vincent Wasonga, the number 7, he got a few goals in the game against Egypt. And then the number 11, Tarankembe Bambra, he's a very good player, very confident on the stick as well. And then not forgetting the goalkeeper himself, Mr. Arnold Nyakango. He was quite instrumental in saving most of the short corners that Egypt had in their previous game. And yeah, I'm sure the coach Griffin Amukuli will be looking forward to backing his boys today against the hosts.
For Namibia, we have in goals Bombo Schreiland, one of the best goalkeepers in the country at the moment. Then we have Handura Giovanni, Sean Irwin, Maybek Anton, and another star player to look out for is Christian Duran, as well as John Paul Bretz. Our coach is Veya Johan. And on the subs, we have Weber Kreno, Maybek Gerard, Philander Zek, Bryce Lyle as a second choice goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's a good starting lineup here for Namibia, I must say. I think they've changed up a few things, and as you can see here, this is the table for the Junior Africa Cup for the men. South Africa comfortably leading that, winning all 3 of their games. Egypt right behind, winning 1, drawing 1, and losing 1. Zimbabwe with the same sort of stats and the same amount of points as Egypt, but just losing out on goal difference because of the 7-1 loss to South Africa earlier. And then Namibia, the hosts, just 4th here, winning 1 and losing 1 game. Kenya just below them here, drawing both of their games, and Zambia unfortunately losing 3 of their games in the tournament so far. I think both teams have a lot to play for here, as Namibia will be hoping to etch their name up there in the top 3, and Kenya as well hoping to get their first win of the tournament. Robin, what do you think today? It's going to be a good game. I'm sure both teams here are looking very strong and looking to get some good goals here and good hockey for themselves.
Yes, indeed, especially for Kenya, since they drew both their games so far. They are definitely trying to get a win this time, because there's no point in getting a loss or another draw. It just disadvantages them from the log standings. But Namibia, just like you said, also has a lot to prove. They are playing on their own turf, and they also have to redeem themselves based off the last score against South Africa. We just received notice from the pitch. The game should be starting in a few minutes.
Yeah, most definitely. I can see the players there are lining up by the side of the dugout. I think in a few minutes now we'll be ready to start the game. So yeah, as I said earlier, we are coming at you live here from the heart of Namibia, the capital city of Namibia, Windhoek. On a rainy and cloudy day here in Windhoek at Windhoek High School, the Davin Trustco Astro Field. The rain is pouring down. The fans, the supporters have come in numbers despite of the weather, but everybody seems to be looking forward to some great hockey as the both teams line up here in the middle of the field to start the handshakes and then get this game going. Yeah, so I think all the national anthems were only for the first day. As we were just going to go straight into it because we are running a bit behind schedule as things stand. So as we said earlier, I'm joined here by my lead commentator, Robin Kambinda, who's also a national team player himself, with some experience here on the grand stage. Robin, tell us a bit more. How do you feel about, about players here representing their respective countries?
No, they should be very proud. The boys did a lot of hard work and preparation, I'm sure. That goes for both countries. They have a lot to prove. It's pride. It's for pride and for country. And another thing about playing in any under-21 tournament, it just sets the precedent for your career in the senior team. So if you can play this type of league without any panicking or any fright in you, you should be able to do well in the senior team.
Yeah, most definitely. I think the players here should keep a cool head, keep good composure, off and on the ball, always look up and make good decision making, because it's very crucial at this stage of the game to not be very scared or to not make any mistakes, because this is the international stage, given their age group. I'm sure they've got a lot to prove for their senior coaches, because I think the respective senior coaches are here watching these games and trying to hopefully get out there.
Our umpires for today are Mashoko Monashe from Zimbabwe, Selim Haitam from Egypt. Our reserve umpire is Shoulder Peter from the Republic of South Africa. We are about to start. We're just waiting for the umpire to blow the whistle. And we are off with Kenya getting the ball.
Yeah, so Kenya attacking from our left side to the right, dressed in all red, and Namibia attacking from our right side to the left, dressed in the white tops and the blue shorts. And yeah, Namibia will comfortably start here from their 16 and move the ball around, and yeah, a good interception here by Kenya as an attempt of trying to clear his lines. A good interception, but just runs it out of the line, allowing Namibia to take the ball out by the line.
Namibia just passing the ball around there, trying to fill out the Kenyan strikers, the Kenyan offense. JP Brits.
Oh, what a lovely turn here by JP Blitz as he finds, unfortunately, tries to find Owen Hatton at the top of the D, but doesn't find anyone as the Kenyan player just intercepts it right there at the top. But yeah, it seems to me that both teams here look very confident, very calm, very composed. This is only the first minute of the game. But yeah, as I said, we are running a bit late on schedule. We are 20 minutes behind time, but that's all right. We are still here. The game has taken flight. Yeah, Namibia as they go on the attack now and enter Kenya's circle here.
Great attempt from Christian Durande. Umpire just signaling that he needs to go back and retake the ball.
Good stuff here by Namibia, and yeah, good interception by Kenya, I must say. Like, yeah, they're very disciplined as well on defense. They're not allowing any. Yeah, Jack Fury, just a good tackle by Jack Fury as he runs it down the line and drops the pass back to Christian Duran. And an attempted pop pass, but attempted pop over the stick by Christian Duran, but unfortunately it is met by a Kenyan stick, and Kenya will start with a free hit in their 23.
Wanjawa Isak there. Wanjawa Isak there.
Yeah, Kenya will play it forward here and try and make a circle entry, but yeah, Sean Iron just meets it there, top of the circle. Unfortunately, it hits his foot, allowing them just over out of the circle.
Let's see what Wesonga Vincent can do here. Beautifully picked up by Jack Foray.
Darren Enslin. Darren Enslin with a good interception. Tries to find Giovanni Handura, but unfortunately Giovanni just misses it and just goes out of play there. But Kenya will reset the ball all the way to the back, recycle it all the way and switch the side of play. Oh, good tackle there by Namibia. Giovanni Handura just collects the ball and tries to beat two players, but unfortunately I think Giovanni took a bit of a knock there, and yeah, his teammate Ludwig is just requesting for medical attention just on the other side of the pitch because he seems to be down for the count. This is not looking good for Namibia here as we're only 4 minutes into the game and we seem to have already received our first casualty.
Yeah, but one thing about hockey players is we are very resilient, They fall down, they get up. You see he's running off the pitch himself. He's just going out for a quick check, and then he will be back.
That's good, yeah, it's good stuff from Giovanni, that he was able to get up by himself and run off the field. A good overhit here from Sean Ivan. Unfortunately, Owen Hatton cannot collect the ball, but then he just misses it there.
Kenya there, just passing the ball around, testing out the Namibian offense.
Fortunately, Kenya play the rules of hockey state that you cannot play the ball whilst you are on the floor. So then the decision was overturned in Namibia's favor. Captain JP Brits, they're just losing out on possession of the ball there. But a bit of a collision there. Yeah, it gives Namibia the ball there to reset at the back.
JP just trying there to get all the way into the half, but giving it back to Anton Meiberg.
Yeah, Kenyan captain here. Kenyan captain just running it, managing to get the foul from Namibia here and resetting the ball from the right side. Switches play. Good interception there.
Free hit there for Kenya. Onwaka Matias taking the ball. Switching it to Wanjawa Isak.
Yeah, good switch of play here by Kenya just to calmly, not be faced by the press of Namibia and just move the ball around.
I think they're trying to keep the composure and they're doing it so well because they're not crumbling to any of the pressure.
Yeah, most definitely they're doing a good job there.
Anton Meiberg trying there. Sean Onwe. What can he do?
Here goes Gideon Mungai on attack there, but unfortunately just misses out to the Namibian defense there. Collects very well. There's Owen Hatton on the ball. He collects, passes it inside of the field. But a bit of a mistrap there by Abraham Graham as he tries to stop the ball, but then the wet pitch just gets the best of him. But here Kenya on the attack again. And
Kenya. What a good tap in. Right place at the right time.
And first blood does go to Kenya. Ironically, they are wearing red here, and first blood does go to them. And and as it stands here, Kenya scored the first goal of the Chaka, and they get the better of the Namibian team. And as it stands, it is Kenya 1 and Namibia 0. Beautiful goal by Kenya there with a lovely play around the goalkeeper and just allowing the Kenyan player tap in.
We'll just see now in the replay how important it is to stand square as a striker waiting for that pass to come to you.
As we see, that was number 10 himself, Mr. Gideon, who made the assist. And then number 18, Mr. Noel Lor Mutum, just with a lovely tap in there, allowing his team the edge over the Namibian team.
Giovanni Andura in the circle now. Let's see what he can do. It's a scramble and it's a short corner for Namibia. Let's see what the umpire says. What was the foul in the...
Yeah, good stuff here by Giovanni Andura, because a few minutes ago he just walked off the pitch because we had thought he had been injured, but he's back on, ready to make waves for his team and then start again. And just a quick discussion as Kenya put on their face masks. They will discuss the short corner. And Namibia have been very good on their short corners against Egypt, especially. They did get 2 of their goals from their short corners, but unfortunately against South Africa they missed out on all opportunities to execute from short corners. But I'm sure this time here around they'll be hoping to make a difference. And our pusher today is Mr. Ludwig van Rooyen. Equalizer by none other than the captain himself, JP Brits. Beautiful push there by Ludwig van Rooyen, and then and a good stop there and a good flick by JP Brits. Who else other than the captain himself?
I think it's one of the biggest instruments Namibia has in terms of taking short corners, because he doesn't miss too much unless he misses the box completely.
Yeah, most definitely. And it was a good stop there by Giovanni Andura. He did very well there to set his teammate up, his captain up there for that goal. So good work from Ludwig van Rooyen and Giovanni Andura and JP Brits there to get Namibia back on level terms. And Kenya, number 9 here, he will start the ball, Mr. Nerman Muda. He'll start the ball here right in the middle, with the scores tied at 1-1. An overhead attempt into Namibia's 23, just unfortunately just goes out of the line, allowing Namibia to start the ball just by the line. Giovanni Handura there from the back to Sean Ivan.
Namibia slowly making their way to the front there.
Good job here by Namibia just to switch play here back a little back and forth, and Kenya just managed to get the ball interception. Yeah, and they get the foul and the free hit for Kenya just over their 23. An overhead by Matthias Amwaka goes into the 23 of Namibia. Circle entry by unfortunately they miss out on a chance to double their lead here and make it 2-1. But yeah, they get the foul called outside of the circle. And Sean Iron will start it there on their 16. Captain Matthias Amwaka will start the ball here by his 23. Played into the middle. Good overhead here. Unfortunately, the attempted intercept by Anton Myberg, but Kenya still managed to retain possession and recycle the ball all the way to the back to their captain. And yeah, they switched the side of play into the left-hand side.
Both teams taking their time. No one is over eager. They both have a lot to prove today, but they're not trying to rush into it. I think they're both trying to test the water out for now.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, this is only the first chuck of the game, Robin, so I think they will take it easy for now, and then as the time goes on, they will up the tempo a bit in the dying embers of the game, you know, because the scores are still leveled at the moment, and tempo is still quite low as things are. And a good attempted ball into the circle here by Kenyan's captain, but unfortunately he finds a Namibian stick. But yeah, Kenya able to retain possession. Another overhead. Unfortunately, a short corner because he did not give the recipient of the aerial 5 meters, which is the rules of hockey state that upon receipt of an aerial ball, you should allow the person who is under the ball 5 meters and then engage after he has trapped the ball and taken it down. So yeah, this is now giving Kenya their first short corner of the game. Namibia having converted their first one. Kenya will be looking forward to doing the same as well.
Let's see what Kenya can do today. Oh, an unfortunate misstep for Kenya there.
Unfortunately, Kenya missed out on the chance to make it 2-1 here. JP Blitz just doing a good job there defensively by stopping the player from getting any further into the circle and allowing Namibia to start from their 16 here. Unfortunately, for Namibia here, they seem to be playing a very defensive game, but Kenya are doing very well on the offense. You know, they ask a lot of questions of the Namibians, and they're doing very well offensively, I must say. Namibia haven't looked as threatening yet on an offensive point of view. They've been playing mostly on the defensive in the first 10 minutes of the game. But I guess they're just also testing out the waters, as you said, Robin, just trying to see how the things are and testing out the game and the opposition.
Yeah, we see the stats there. Both teams had 1 shot on target each. 2 circle penetrations for Kenya and 1 from Namibia. just shows you how composed the game is. If you see the possession, it even perfectly describes the situation at the moment. 50-50. Both teams look evenly matched. No one is over eager to enter the other half too much. But we are looking forward to the second quarter to see what the teams discuss after going into the dugout.
Yeah, the tempo seems very calm so far. You know, maybe it's because of the weather. You know, the chill weather just kind of like set things a bit slow. But it's good to see that the possession is equally distributed. 50-50 for both teams. Goals are split 1-1 each. So it's good to see. Yeah, but Kenya will get the free hit just outside of the circle. But stick tackle here allows Namibia to regain possession in their 16. Sean Ivan just looking for options out of the box, but doesn't find any as meets the Kenyan stick.
Basic set piece training there, tiki taka, we call it 1-2-1-2 until you make it safely out of the danger zone.
Yeah, very good composure by him there to not lose out on the ball or give away possession there, especially at that point. Unfortunately, that was a dangerous flick into the player, and allowing them to take the free hit. Kenya will have the free hit just a bit shy of the halfway line. What an overhead here that switches play, but then Kenya's forward, Kenyan's number 23,
Wanjawa.
Mr. Wanjawa Isaac fails to trap the ball and make the most of the attack. But yeah, he'll be hitting himself a bit later for that.
It's one thing to throw over it right, it's another thing to receive it correctly as well.
That's true, Robin. You know, it's easier said than done, to be honest. You know, because somehow you can think that you're square with the ball, but unfortunately the ball can completely miss your stick.
Namibia slowly building up there. I think they want to get one in before the end of this quarter.
Yeah, I think they'll definitely want to go into the first break leading here. But yeah, here are some weather statistics for you. The real field shade is only 19 degrees Celsius, and the precipitation in the air is 5%, and the humidity at the moment is 50%. And the wind is 16 kilometers an hour. Temperature is currently 22 degrees Celsius. As you can see, the sun has started to shine now. It was raining not too long ago, but now sun's out, sun's out, guns out. It's good. I'm sure the players will be looking forward to getting some of that heat from the sun, because it got a bit chilly now after the rain, but now the sun is shining. So happy days for both teams.
Namibia just slowly building there. Great ball from Christian Duran.
Oh, and what a goal by Christian Duran. He collects it there on the right pocket, beats two players, and then makes it a goal for Namibia.
Unfortunately, the umpire calls it's not a goal. I don't know what happened there, Tawana. Did you perhaps see what happened?
Unfortunately, I think I don't think it was. Yeah, I think either it was wrong side, or we will see the replay just now.
I can't seem to see anything wrong with that goal there. It looks like a proper backstick.
Yeah, my guess at the moment can only be that it did just catch the wrong side of his stick. But I highly doubt that.
I highly doubt it as well. Or perhaps
redemption time here for Namibia. And then yes, this time he definitely does make it 2. So yeah, with less than a minute to play, Namibia definitely go into the break leading 2-1. Good job there by number 16, Mr. James Deyaha, as he makes it 2 goals for Namibia. Here's the replay. Giovanni Andura just fakes a shot there and then lays it off to him there, and then he just flicks it right into the corner, right into the net. Good job by Giovanni Andura. Good assist from him, and then a good shot by James Deyaha. With about 28 seconds left to play in this chaka, Kenya will hopefully try and press as much as they can to try and get a goal back, but realistically speaking, 28 seconds does seem like a little, like not so much time, but it's still possible. Nonetheless, they can get a goal back. But let's just see. 20 more seconds left to play in the Chaka.
I think Kenya is just going to run down the time now. I don't think they see any reason why they should push, especially with this, with the last few seconds of the quarter.
Yeah, I think at this point now, Kenya will be happy to go into the break and just like change a few things and have a couple of discussions with the coaches and the teams and the rest of the team, and change some things hopefully, because I think Kenya did get the first goal of the game, but unfortunately they go into the break with a one-goal deficit. As you can see, Namibia at the end of the first quarter, it is 2 for them, and Kenya 1.
It's been an interesting game so far. Both teams started very slow. No one really attacking or no one really penetrating the circles too much. The ball possession was at 50% when we started, but towards the end of the quarter, I'm assuming the statistics have changed now. We have some brilliant highlights here in front of us. Giovanni Handura, one of the standout players of this Namibian team, this young Namibian team.
Yeah, unfortunately, that replay you just saw, there was him sustaining an injury, and then this is here Kenya's first goal from number 18, Mr. Noel. He did very well and committed his body and everything up there. And here's Namibia's equalizing goal by JP Brits, a beautiful P flick into the top right corner.
What a powerful flick. The goalkeeper couldn't stand a chance to save that one.
He had no chance. And here's Giovanni Handura's assist in allowing James Diaga the second goal that gave them the lead over Kenya here in the game.
The teams have just finished deliberating before the start of the next Chaka. The fans are anticipating a more entertaining second Chaka of the game. One thing's for sure about Windhoek High School, the sunsets here are very beautiful. The clouds have opened up, no more rain, so I think the teams can play the rest of the game as dry as they can possibly get.
Yeah, it's a good thing that the sun is now out. Unfortunately, the Astro might be a bit wet, but it's good conditions to play when the Astro is like this. So I don't think none of the players will be complaining with the Astro being a bit wet. Just allows the balls to travel a bit faster, I guess, for those that are going to be sending the long balls along the channels. But yeah, here Kenya go. Start the ball here. For context's sake, Kenya are the ones dressed in the all red. Attacking from starting here from our left side, attacking towards the right side. Namibia dressed in the white and the blue, the white tops and the blue shorts, attacking, starting the ball from the right side, attacking towards our left side here. Namibia are the hosts of here the Junior Africa Cup. Currently, they sit fourth on the table, and Kenya sits sixth, I believe, and they'll be looking forward to changing their standings hopefully at the end of the game, both teams respectively.
Already from the get-go, Namibia wants to attack, and they seem to be pushing much faster towards the Kenyan circle. They're already almost there. Kenya doing a good job to defend it as well, but it only delays Namibia from trying to do what they need to do.
Good defense there by Kenya, allowing or getting the ball out of their 16, but short of just matching that those 3D skills and getting the ball back and allowing possession for Namibia there. JP Brits carries the ball forward. He looks up and looks for options there.
Free hit to Namibia there. We have Larson Matthew taking the shot. Oh, short corner for Namibia.
Good job here from Namibia to get themselves another short corner, but unfortunately Kenya being caught on the back foot here defensively, but they are doing a very good job nonetheless on a defensive point of view, not allowing Namibia any free and any easy chances for them just to attack free as willing as possible. But yeah, on the first castle here we've got Giovanni Handura and Owen Hatton, and I'm sure Owen Hatton will be looking to get on the scoreboard himself. Goes into second castle, JP Brits.
Good save from Odinjo there. Looked like that ball was on its way in.
It was definitely a shot
But they're
goal
not
on
out of
target.
danger yet. That was a great save from the goalkeeper, Dinjo. A powerful shot from JP Brits.
Yeah, it was a good thing that the goalkeeper was present in that moment to stop the ball and then not allow Namibia any more leverage against them.
Kenya just trying to remove pressure from themselves, passing the ball around. But unfortunately, when you feel a little bit under pressure, the passing also starts to suffer. Matthew Larsen there, taking the hit for Namibia. Playing it inside to Owen Hatton. Matthew Larsen defending. It's still Kenya's ball. Great interception there from Kenya. Recycling the ball now. Namibia's turnover now. Counter attack from Namibia. Owen Hatton with the ball. He's looking for Giovanni Andura in the front.
Victor Sam just taking a bit too long there on the ball, allowing Namibia to press and get the ball. But yeah, Namibia aren't complaining about that. They'll take the long corner. Good interception here by Kenya, allowing them to switch defense into attack real quick as they shiftly transition from the 23 into the halfway line, but intercepted by Namibia as they again change possession stats. Good give and go passing here, but unfortunately the other Namibian player failing to read that pass and not getting there.
Kenya not quite attacking as much as they should be in this second quarter. They're passing the ball around a bit more. I think they're hoping for an opening, or a different opening through the middle, because the sides are overloaded by Namibian defense.
If you are just joining us right now, the score is 2-1 in favor of Namibia, the hosts. Kenya scoring the first goal of the game, but Namibia just getting both goals in the first chaka. Just before the first chaka ended, they made the goals too. But Kenya don't seem like they're giving up just yet. You know, their morale is still very high. They're still very composed on the ball. So I think they do definitely believe that they can turn things around here in their favor.
I agree with you, Tawana. I mean, anything can happen in 2 minutes. We still have a whole second half to go. And plus 10 minutes of the second quarter. So anything can happen in this game still.
Yeah, most definitely. I think from a time perspective, you can definitely see that there's still a lot can change for both teams, respectively. So I think none of these teams should just Namibia especially, they shouldn't just lay back and then just hope for the best, because the feat of the game can just change in a second. But yeah, Namibia will comfortably attack. Kenya will press with hopes of getting an interception, but the movement that they're doing off the ball is doing very, very good. Unfortunately, a bit of a stick tackle there by a Kenyan player allows them to lose possession, and JP Blitz to throw an overhead.
Christian Duran in a bit of a duel there. Umpire says 5. Sean Irwin there. Short corner for Namibia there.
It hit a foot of one of the Kenyan players there, allowing Namibia to take a short corner. And yeah, just as the Kenyan players get their face masks on and their padding on, Namibia will quickly discuss some tactics and try and execute this as good as they can.
Once again, you are watching the Junior Africa Cup, coming to you live from Windhoek, Namibia. Kenya in red, playing Namibia in white. It's a short corner for Namibia now.
And a beautiful save here by Kenyan goalkeeper Josephat Otieno, just getting square of that and then yeah, making a wonderful save there. A couple of Namibian players raised their hands in hopes of trying to get a short corner, but unfortunately, no, the ref just blows away their hopes, and yeah, that is not going to be a short corner.
It was a great save from the goalkeeper, just coming off a bit of his line and making himself as big as possible during that dive. But that also happens very quick. You need to be very fast as a goalkeeper to be able to reach a ball at that speed from JP Brits.
Yeah, definitely, because I think, you know, they're only just rockets that JP Britt sends there, you know, and for you to definitely come square with that, you know, you must have really been prepared.
Sean Irwin holding composure there at the back. Christian Duran there. Another attempt at the circle. Giovanni Andura in the circle now. Let's see what he can do. It's a scramble and it's a short corner for Namibia again. Goalkeeper just trying to get clarification over what happened. But the umpire won't change his decision. A short corner. It's still a short corner.
Penalty corners for Namibia, it is 4, and then for Kenya they have 1. Beautiful short corner by Namibia. Now they're getting the edge of Kenya now, making it 3 goals for Namibia. JAC Furry just with a beautiful drag flick there at the top of the circle, and then making it 3 goals for them.
What a powerful banger, all the way on the left hand side. The goalkeeper was probably expecting it on the right, but it was a good shot. It was strong and it was powerful.
Yeah, good stuff from Mr. Jack Furry there. I think the Kenyans thought that it would go first castle, but then yeah, they changed it up a bit and then just went third castle receive or second castle receive.
Short corner for Kenya here. We're just not sure what the foul was here.
Yeah, with about 6 minutes left to play, Kenya get their second short corner of the game, and with hopes to try and reduce the deficit of the number of goals that they have here against Namibia. Because as you can see on the screen, it stands Namibia 3, Kenya 1, and yeah, a short piece, a set piece goal would do Kenya some justice and try and maybe reduce the deficit. Oh, and unfortunately the flick just goes wide, giving Namibia the 16. It was a good push and a good stop. The flick just unfortunately going a bit wide, missing the goal, missing the target. But yeah, I guess a couple of things for Kenya to work on there so that they can execute their short corners a bit better. JAC will collect here in the middle of the park.
The Kenyan support just singing there, chanting there, trying to keep their team in the game. And it's working because they need all the motivation that they can get.
Namibia seem to be closing Kenya off here on the passing here, you know, with so many interceptions that they're getting. A good layoff here by Giovanni Handura, just finding his teammate there just down the pocket and then taking the flick at goal, but unfortunately the keeper just getting the best of that and keeping it out of the goal. Kenya just comfortably moving the ball around and yeah, finding each other there, as Namibia aren't really doing the full press. So a good overhead here finds the Kenyan player. Yeah, shots on target here. You've got Namibia with 6 and Kenya with 1. And circle penetrations, Namibia has 8, Kenya has 2. Possession, Namibia has 58% possession, Kenya with only 42%. Penalty corners, Namibia has 4, Kenya has 2.
Yeah, no, the possession just shows you that the goals also make sense. The conversion rate for Namibia and the penalty corners is quite good if you look at them. I think they scored 2 out of 4, if I'm not mistaken. And Kenya so far have struggled to score a single one. But that's like we said, there's still a lot of time left for this game.
Yeah,
it could go anyway in terms of short corners as well.
For sure, Robin. I think, yeah, with about 3 minutes left to play, if they do get 1 or 2 more short corners and they don't work out, I think it's definitely something to change up there in the strategy when it comes to short corners. The coach can hopefully change out some things and hopefully they can execute their short corners much better.
Hopefully they run a few variations as well.
Yeah, definitely, and change things up and catch the Namibians out by surprise. But yeah, and here we go, Kenya quite comfortable moving the ball around here between each other, but unfortunately just losing out on possession here. Thus making it a turnover in favor of Namibia.
Great handling skills from JP there. He's in the circle now. Easily a short corner, no stick touch.
Yeah, JP Blitz knew exactly what he was doing there with the 3D skills and trying to get it over there, and then he just gets a stick tackle, gets himself a short corner, which he did very well to concede for his team.
3D skills are very difficult to defend, especially when it's a player of JP's caliber. They know exactly what they're trying to do. It's not by accident that he's doing his 3D skills. And if you overcommit, unfortunately, it results in short corners.
Yeah, it requires good anticipation to catch the ball there and try and get it out and into the other player's hands.
Let's see what the goalkeeper Ondinjo will do this time. Saved by the goalkeeper. Another save.
Good save here by the Kenyan goalkeeper Ondinjo here for not allowing the Namibians to edge forward in terms of the scoreline, because he did very well to keep their team here at bay.
I think he's done well so far to keep his team in the game. Now Kenya is on the attack. Can they find another stick to pass to? Penalty corner.
Another penalty corner here for Kenya. Very well executed there by the forward to find the foot of the Namibian player to try to get himself another short corner. After a few things that didn't work out for Kenya in terms of penalty corners, they'll be looking forward to executing this one. With about 2 minutes left to play in the Chaka, I think they would like to go into half-time with the advantage over, well, not the advantage, but with one less goal behind Namibia.
I predict a variation now, since direct shots weren't doing so well for them. Perhaps it might just open up the Namibian defense.
A bit of a mistrap here by the Kenyan players. Oh, and a beautiful tomahawk goal. Tomahawk stick here that just catches Ryland Bombosh sleeping here, and Kenya score their second goal of the game, making the score 3-2. What a beautiful goal there by Kenya, allowing themselves to just edge just behind Namibia there. It was a beautiful, beautiful goal nonetheless. A good tomahawk stick just found the back of the net. Very beautiful stuff indeed. There you go. Here's the replay. Right into the top corner, top right-hand corner. Very good stuff here by Kenyan's number 7. That would be Mr. Vincent Wesonga. What a beautiful shot. Namibia will restart the game here in the middle of the pitch.
I think one of the most basic rules you need to follow as a hockey player is to keep playing the whistles. And I think Namibia gave up before the whistle was blown and anticipated a whistle blow, but unfortunately it didn't work within their favor. Kenya kept playing at it, and it resulted in a goal for them. But with less than a minute to go, or almost less than a minute to go, can they do something else? Can they pull another stunner?
Let's just wait and see. I think the time for stunners here is a bit short, but I think they can definitely. With about like a minute left to play, I think Kenya will be looking to make the most of their chances here. Unfortunately, Kenya were hoping for another short corner of the last Chaka here, but of the last Chaka, last Chaka of the first half, excuse me, to try and equal the goals here, but unfortunately it goes in Namibia's favor. Good chance going on here in the stadium here. You know, equal the Kenyan ladies here are very active and very present here in Kenya's game, and so are the rest of the Namibian supporters as well on the other side of the field. You know, they're both singing, as you can see here. Here are the Kenyan ladies here supporting their men. They're very much backing their boys, which is good to watch. You know, very good vibes and very good cheers. But yeah, here goes the siren for the end of the first half, with the scores 3-2 in favor of Namibia. Robin, any thoughts on the game so far?
So far, this was a good game. I think Namibia was holding back in the first Chaka or two, but eventually they started to push for the goals that they received. Kenya was fighting well, but unfortunately they only started to really pick up their fight towards the end of the second Chaka. But is that a precedent for the rest of the game? I think so. I think they are going to pull out a lot more of the tricks. Here's a few of the highlights. Giovanni Handura, I think this was the first Chaka when he fell. We thought he was out, but he was fine.
Yeah, he did very well. I think he came back just a few minutes after that, and then he assisted the goal, and then he did very well.
JP Brits over there with a great flick. Top right, stick side. Powerful enough to just pass the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper tried, but that's too strong. And then there's this goal with a fake by Giovanni Andura and a flick into the box straight. By James the JAC. Great save from the goalkeeper of Kenya. Especially the game so far. Stretching himself as far as possible just to make a save. Just try and get on the score sheet before. Another scramble. And then the last one's gonna go by JAC. A powerful shot. Right onto the multi-pass flat jumper. Vinjo there just swatting the ball away like it's nothing.
Yeah, good 3D skills there by David JP Brits there to get the short corner there, and then a beautiful flick there, but then the keeper just equals it, and then yeah. And the beautiful here tomahawk shot by Kenya's number 7. And here are some statistics for you. As you know that the goals are 3-2 in favor of the hosts, Namibia. Shots taken by both teams here go into favor of Namibia with 8 and Kenya 2. Circle penetrations also go in favor of the hosts with them penetrating the circle 9 times and Kenya only 5 times. Possession is not for very much of a big difference. 55% for Namibia and 45% for Kenya. And penalty corners, Namibia has 5, Kenya has 3. A very disciplined game so far, as you can see. No cards have been issued out. It's been a very clean and a very disciplined game. I'm sure the boys have been very disciplined and not so chirpy, not so physical just yet. But it's been such a good match to watch thus far. I mean, yeah, 3 goals to 2. It's anybody's game at this point. As you can see, the possession stats are very close. So are the goals. So yeah, it just takes literally one snap of the finger, one change of a strategy just for things to change in favor of the other team. But yeah, here we go. Here are the earlier matches that were played today. If you aren't aware, Zimbabwe did play in the women's division. Zimbabwe played Uganda in the opening match. Zimbabwe comfortably winning that game 5-1. Shortly after that, the Egyptian men played the Zambian men. Egypt winning that game 3-1. And then South Africa taking on the Zimbabwean men. And South Africa, comfortably cruising that game, winning 7-1. Right after that, the South African women took on the Kenyan women, winning that game 4-0. And as things stand right now, Namibia are currently facing Kenya, and it's half time at the moment, and the scores are at 3-2 in favor of Namibia.
Okay, we'll be back after this few images from NBC. Thank you so much. Stick with us, and second half is on its way.
And it is number 2. What a brilliant goal from JP Prince. Keep it simple. In the same corner. Duran carrying the ball. He's been one of the
Key playmakers.
And this is unbelievable.
Owen Hansen.
Puts it away. It is 3-1 to Namibia. And who is the man who finds that pass? Christian Duran.
Good afternoon. Welcome back here. We are live at the Devon Astro Hockey Field here at the Windhoek High School at the heart of Namibia. I'm joined here by my co-commentator, Mr. Robin Kambinda. And for you today, we've got an exhibition. The hosts Namibia take on the Kenyan national team. We are about to begin the second half. And yeah, as it stands, the scores are 3-2 in favor of Namibia. Namibia here attacking from our left side to the right side. Dressed in the white shirt and the blue shorts, and Kenya in the all red.
It's been a close game so far. The scores don't really relay that, but it's been a close game so far. Both teams doing what they need to do. Positions have changed a few times during the game, but Kenya has held their own. Namibia is still coming for the attack, but so far so good.
Yeah, so far so good indeed. I mean, Kenya getting the first goal of the game, and then Namibia just getting 2 extra goals, and then making it 3-1, and then just before that, just before the chaka ended, it was 3-2. But now here, Kenya get first blood in terms of penalty corners, getting the first penalty corner of the second half. Kenya will be looking forward to equalize the scores here, since they're just one little goal behind. But that can definitely change if they do execute the short corner very well and then make the most of it.
We have a new goalkeeper. Namibia has a new goalkeeper in the box, Bryce Lyle. Let's see if he'll do anything different now. But they should be okay, I think, unless Kenya does something incredible.
There we go, short corner for Kenya. Oh, and unfortunately, bit of a nasty collision there between the Kenyan captain, Mr. Matthias Mwaka, meets the Namibian player. But the Namibian player seems very unfazed by this, but the Kenyan captain is down for the count. Hopefully it's not something too bad, but I believe it will be a retake for the short corners.
Yeah, it gives them another chance to see
Here's
the Namibian
replay.
running lines. Let's see what happened here. Oh, collision.
Unfortunately, the captain just went head straight right into the Namibian's shoulder, but I think he took a hardest knock because that was head first. So I think there's just a bit of a head injury assessment here for the captain, because possible concussion, because that did seem like a very bad collision. Now you see we've got the medics coming into the field to try and help the player off the field, because I think that did take a very big knock onto his head. I think no matter what sport you play in the world, if there is a head collision, it can be very fatal and very dangerous. So we just hope that for Kenyan's sake, the captain, Mr. Matthias Omwaka, is fine. Yeah, a bit of a delay here, as I think the captain did take a very pretty serious knock there, Robin. I think now he has to get some very serious medical attention.
Yeah, I think they're removing him on the stretcher now. It doesn't seem like he'll be able to walk himself off the field. But it gives enough time for the Namibian defense, as well as for the Kenyan strikers, to either decide to keep the same plan or to replan what they wanted to do before the collision happened. But it seems to be a bit more serious since they're still on the field. We're just waiting to see what the umpires decide and whether the player gets to get it off. But the spectators are here. Everyone is here to watch the game. Everybody seems excited. The Kenyan spectators also quiet now. Hopeful that their player is okay.
We're all hoping for the best for the player.
Once again, you are watching the Junior Africa Cup, coming to you live from Windhoek, Namibia. Namibia versus Kenya. At the moment, Namibia in white, Kenya in red. We are just about to start, it seems. The spectators are eager to watch some exciting hockey being played. But what do you have to say so far, Tawana? Do you think there's anything the teams have to change going forward for the next half?
I think definitely the Kenyans have to be more lethal and more. They have to be more solid with their short corners, I must say, because their penalty corners. They haven't converted any of them, and I think it would be nice for them to get some goals from set pieces because, you know, Namibia did get one of their goals from that. So I think it will be quite fair or quite interesting if they can also show that they can also do, you know, convert from a short corner.
The Kenyan captain just being removed from the field there. We should be able to retake the shot corner in a few seconds. I think the umpires are ready, as well as both teams. Let's see if they'll try something different.
Oh, unfortunately, the replacement captain here, number 25, Mr. Charles Ashihundu, just fails to hit the target there, and then the ball goes wide. But yeah, Namibia will happily collect this here for a 16. And yeah, things can reset. And yeah, the game's back underway. Fortunately, the previous captain here kind of going out for the count. But yeah, Namibia running down this ball down very well. But a good interception here by Kenya.
Kenyan player getting sent off now. We're not sure if it's a green card or yellow card. We'll wait to see. Also not clear what the infringement was. Another overhead there by Kenya. They seem to be doing very well with the overheads.
Yeah, I think the overheads are they're sending overheads very well. They're just not receiving them well. I think that needs to change, I think. Kenya just getting the advantage there, getting the benefit of the doubt here. Another overhead on the other side of the field. Good receive there.
Another shot corner there for Kenya. I think the ball just either lifted or hit the wrong side of the stick. It wasn't really clear what the infringement was.
Yeah,
green card for Vincent Wasonga. Yeah, green card for Vincent. That's not sure how many minutes that will be.
Yeah, the goal scorer himself, unfortunately, just getting the green card, I think, for some ill discipline. But hopefully Kenya will not really feel the absence of the extra man. But yeah, but I think Namibia can definitely use this to their advantage and get the most of this. Not a good stop there by Kenya.
A chance for Namibia to do a counter attack. Christian Duran there. Christian Duran there in the scuffle. Kenya does a good job to clear that ball out of the circle. Sean Owen and Anton Mayberg at the back. Abraham Graham, sorry.
This will be yeah, a free hit here for Namibia, just on Kenya's 23. A good hit into the circle here, trying to find a Kenyan player's feet here, but unfortunately they do stop it very well. Good attack there by the Kenya, but unfortunately not getting the conversion of the goal there in the end. But yeah, it was a very lovely attack. Liam Brace just getting the save there and clearing his lines and doing very well.
Kenya just taking their time there, passing it around, moving the ball around. Kenya not losing their confidence. They know they're still in the game. They know they still have a lot of fight in them. Good defending there from Abram.
Yeah, that was Mr. Abraham Graham just getting the last touch there of the ball and then allowing goalkeeper Liam Brace just to kick it out of play there.
It was one of the Myberg brothers, one of the twin brothers. I thought I was seeing double there for a minute.
They both look alike there. Giovanni Andula, good pass there down the line to
Matthew
to
Larson.
JAC. Yeah, to Matthew Larson. Yeah. Apologies. Matthew Larson there takes the free hit. Good switch of play there by Namibia.
Great skill from the Kenyans there. It's pretty much still anyone's game, depending on who's hungrier.
Yeah, I can say that again, Robin, because as it stands, the goals are still 2 goals to 3 here for in the favor of Namibia. And as it stands, Kenya have had the most threat here on an attack perspective, and a yellow card here for one of Namibia's players.
A long corner for Kenya.
Yeah, shortly in just a minute we will see who got that yellow card, and we can assess that a bit more.
Kenya with the 3D skills. Unfortunately, didn't work in their favor.
Yeah, unfortunately he played it a bit too high into a dangerous position there, which was above the knee. So usually if you do play your 3D skills just above the knee, then it will be blown against you. The umpire just decides to stop time there for a second, and
There's a little bit of commotion there between the Kenyan players and the TD table. A lot of intensity. Oh, yellow card for the captain, John Paul Brits. Yellow card for John Paul Brits. After careful deliberation, they finally decided to give him a yellow card. Namibia.
2 yellow cards for Namibia as it stands, with Myberg Gerard and John Paul Brits, number 8 and number 9, both getting yellow cards. So, yeah, Namibia a bit here. They are on the trailing in terms of the man force. So not only does Kenya have an extra man, but an extra 2-man advantage against Namibia as it stands. And yeah, Sean Ivory just behind the ball there, waiting for the umpire's call to start again. There it is.
And both players sent off at the same time. So we're not sure if they're both off for the same amount of time, but it's an advantage for Kenya now. Can Kenya do something with it?
Yeah, most definitely. Good pass there from Kenya, just to find the other player. Kenya definitely have to make the most of this since Namibia 2-man down. And yeah, unfortunately failing to trap the ball there. Good switch of play, but unfortunately Matthew Lassen with an interception there just finds the ball.
Another chance for Kenya to attack. Can they make the most of their space? Unfortunately not. But anytime the other team doesn't have two players, Tawana, it's also something you need to have prepared for. Otherwise, you just be playing the whole field, not really getting any objective.
Yeah, you'll be running around like headless chickens, to be honest. You know, you'll be chasing every ball and trying to be everywhere at once, which is you kind of lose structure. You know, like being one or two, even two players at worst, you lose structure, you lose composure because you start to panic, and yeah, because the press is definitely much higher from the other team, so you don't want to make such mistakes.
Great attempt there from Kenya.
Yeah, good shot there by Kenya, but unfortunately just not finding the target there. And then yeah, allowing Namibia to take the 16, and they will not rush for this. You know, they are 2-man down. They will not rush to take the ball. They'll try and drag the clock as long as they can, and not rush things here. Sean Iron there, as you can see with the ball. He's going to run into the corner, as you know.
Umpire signals is a Kenya ball.
Yeah, Sean Ivan just tries to waste a bit of time there in the corner, but then that doesn't really work out very well. But yeah, good interception here by Matthew Lassen, I believe.
Abraham Graham,
apologies. Yes, Abraham Graham, just a good interception, and he drives it to the middle of the field, but yeah. Good back and forth here in terms of possession.
Good interception by Giovanni Andura there, trying to play the ball out of the back.
Giovanni Andura does well there to get the foul there and the free hit for Namibia. You see, Namibians are in no rush here to start the ball because they do know that as it stands they're at a disadvantage with the 2-man, but shouldn't be a problem sending those overheads just to try and get the ball out of their half. But then you know, Kenya will just respond the same way and send the same overheads down the line as well.
Unfortunate for Nirman there, just loses the ball on the baseline, but a good attempt nonetheless.
Yeah, a bit of a mistrap there from the Kenya's number 9, not finding his intended target. Down the baseline, tries to go down the baseline for a good baseline run, but then he just runs the ball out of play, unfortunately. And it seems to me that Kenya are not using the extra 2-man advantage as well as they should. Namibia seem very calm and very collected in terms of you know, playing the ball out from the back and stuff. And oh,
Back stick pass there.
yeah, here's some stats for you. As it stands, Namibia have taken 8 shots on goal. Kenya has only taken 2. Circle penetrations are tied at 9-9 for both teams. Possession has taken a switch now, with Kenya having 52% and Namibia only 48%.
But it's quite understandable why the percentage would drop, seeing as there are two men down.
Yeah.
The ball is mostly being played by the Kenyans now. But the Namibians are still trying. They're still trying to keep composure. But like I said earlier on, if you haven't prepared for your opponents being in a situation where there are 2 men down, you will just be passing the ball around. And I think the possession should be should be interpreting different goal results as well. But unfortunately, there seems to not be a plan up until the two Namibian players get back onto the field.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's one thing that coaches definitely do miss when it comes to discussing with their teams. When with the extra player or extra two-player advantage, or if you're down or up, like what can you do better to move the ball around and try and get the better of the other teams?
JP just getting back on the field there. But they're still down to 10 men. We're still down to 10 men.
Yeah, I think it seems to me that Kenya have failed to make the most out of the two-man advantage here. I mean, they did have a lot more possession, a lot more circle penetrations and stuff, but unfortunately, they didn't manage to get the goal that they needed to equalize the score. Owen Hatton with the ball, he tries to switch it, and yeah, he does find the other player. But unfortunately, an interception there by the Kenyan player. But yeah, here Namibia go on the attack again with Christian Duran. Christian Duran just getting the foul there. JP Brits back on the field, back in action. Tries to beat 2-3 players. Yeah, finds Giovanni Handura. Giovanni Handura baseline run, beautiful baseline run. But unfortunately, no Namibian sticker is able to meet it. But
another short corner for Namibia. Not clear. Was it a stick tackle?
I think it was either a stick tackle or a foot. But nonetheless, it was a good baseline run by Giovanni Handura. I mean, he started it all and he managed to get the advantage over this team.
With less than 2 minutes to go, another shot corner for Namibia. Let's see who's at the top of the castle. We see Jack Fourey.
And the man himself, the captain, Mr. JP Brits, he scored the first goal there with the short corner. He scored one of the goals, short corner goal. So I think he'll be looking to recreate that magic.
I think it's another top right attempt. But Ondijo is a very good goalkeeper. He could keep it out. Kenya now with only 3 defenders in the box.
Yeah, an early break. Unfortunately, they end up losing one player. But yeah, Giovanni Andrew with the trap, and then JP Brits. A beautiful save there by Kenya's goalkeeper, keeping them still, the 1-goal deficit. Was a very beautiful save, I must say.
Now the goalkeeper has been doing very well this game. He's been reading the Namibian players well. Even during short corners, he's made a few great saves. The Kenyans are still in this fight. Kenya now just passing the ball around. Counting down the time. But Abraham still putting some pressure on for Namibia. Kenya again. John Paul Brits.
Yeah, good tackle there by JP Brits. Finds Owen Hatton. And a beautiful goal here. By
Abraham Graham.
Yeah, Abraham Graham was a good tap in. It was a good pass by Owen Hatton, finding Abraham Graham and then making it there. And now they've doubled their lead. It's now 4-2 in favor of Namibia. With less than 40 seconds left to play here in the third chaka, Namibia.
And it's another one of those right place at the right time type of goals. Abraham just knew where to wait for Owen. It's how you know you have connections with your teammate and they know exactly where to pass or where to anticipate your run. The Kenyans did the same with their first goal, and now we are doing it now with the fourth one.
Yeah, and a good, lovely tap in there by Abraham Graham. He was at the right place at the right time, as you said.
The Kenyans just running down the time now. Less than 30 seconds on the official clock. Abraham again trying to assert some pressure. Namibia again, going on the offense. JAC Fourie just being stopped there. But a good attempt nonetheless. And just like that, we are going into our fourth chaka now. The score as it stands. Namibia 4, Kenya 2.
Yeah, with this is the end of the third chaka, as we know that there's only one more chaka left to play, with Namibia leading the goals 4-2, as you said, Robin, and now I think Kenya have a lot to play for now. In the last only 15 minutes left to go, so I think they have a lot to play.
But 15 minutes is still a lot of time. Like we said, it could go either way. Either the Namibians score more goals or the Kenyans get back into the fight. But at this moment, you can easily say the score is 0-0. You can give both teams a clean slate to start on. The Namibian coach there just team talk. He's having a team talk with his players, giving them instructions for the last chaka. I don't think they'll be doing much to change it. Here's some highlights of the goal from the third quarter. Some attempts.
Yeah, unfortunately, those 3D skills were just over the knee, so then that's why that call went against Kenya. But here's Giovanni Handura's brilliance on the baseline, and then I did find a Kenyan foot, and then that's when they got the short corner and a beautiful save here by the goalkeeper, finding his right pad. But here was Namibia's fourth goal. Owen Hatton with the assist, finding Abraham
Graham.
Yeah, Abraham Graham. Yeah, good stuff here from good display of hockey, I must say, from Namibia. They've done very well here, on the execution. They were 2-man down at some point, and they did really shut things down there at the back with Sean Ivan and Giovanni Handura. They did a very good job, I must say.
Started the fourth chaka now. It could go anyway now. Slight injury there, but he's fine.
Oh yeah, unfortunately, Matthew Lassen just catching a ball to the face there, but he seems unfazed by that. I think if you're a hockey player used to such injuries, huh? Yes, unfortunately, Matthew Lassen has just walked off there because he did catch the ball to the face. So yeah, he has been replaced. And there we go, and a goal for Kenya. Beautiful goal, good persistence for the two from the forwards there to get a goal back, because it was saved once or twice. But then number 9 there, Mr. Nirman Muda, just finding the back of the goal after cleared off the line there with a back stick. And then tries to use his old body to block that, but a bit cheeky from the number 5 there, Mr. Anton Maiberg, because he's not the goalie, so unfortunately he cannot use his body to stop the balls like that, because that would have definitely been a P flick, a penalty stroke, if he had stopped that with his body. But we restart the game here, 4-3 in favor of Namibia. Kenya just scoring their third goal of the game, and raising the tempos here with 14 minutes left in the last chaka. Let's see, it's anyone's game really. I think things are very close, things are very tight. Who knows how the game will end?
Judging by the previous 2 games that Kenya has played, they definitely didn't come all the way to give up before the last whistle. And just a nice reminder with their last score now, with the previous goal that you just scored. And they seem to be very hungry for the attack. I think more circle penetrations now than they probably did in the third quarter. But they are doing well. Namibia just keeping composure there, no pressure. But the Kenyans asserting the pressure. Just recycling the ball there.
Good overhead there, and a good receipt by Kenya there. So they move on to the attack and get into Namibia's 23 here, down the baseline. That was a bit of a dive there by Kenya's player.
Almost looked like a Neymar.
Yeah, very much. Very exaggerated one. Now Sean Ivan will start the ball here for the 16. JP Brits dropping the ball down. Good passing here from Namibia.
The umpire refusing to play advantage there. I think just giving enough time for everyone to calm down. Sean Irwin keeping composure there at the back. Just distributing the ball perfectly.
And a good composure there from Giovanni. It just shows you how versatile this player is. He was playing defense most of the game, and now he's pushed up, transitioned into the front, and he's still, showing his quality up in the front. Huh? I'm sure, Robin, you know this kid very well. You guys do play club hockey together. You can attest to his quality on the ball.
Yeah, he's a great player. He's always eager to learn. I think there seems to be a squabble here. Okay, Namibia's ball. I think with games of this caliber, it's very easy to start the ball when it's not yours, simply because of the passion and the intensity of the game.
Yeah, for sure. I think it really gets to you, the feeling of the game, and then the intensity. Especially like with the games being so close like this. With the score, being so close, it's easy for you to lose your head and lose your composure, and just get very, very invested in it all.
Kenya just passing the ball around a bit more. Great attempt there from Christian Duran. Great save from Odinjo. The goalkeeper's working overtime today.
Unfortunately for Namibia. Just being caught out there, and they tried to work around the goalkeeper there, Mr. Ludwig van Rooyen and Owen Hatton, but unfortunately number 5 there, Anton Myberg, the same player who just tried to stop the ball with his body earlier, now receives a yellow card.
I think it's his second card for the game.
Yeah, I think he hasn't been very disciplined in this game. I think that's, as you said earlier, Robin, the intensity and then the passion of the game kind of just gets to you,
Just a bunch of shouting now. The intensity, just as we said, you can cut it with a knife.
Yeah, you can. You can feel it in the air. Even the crowd is very quiet. Everyone is very invested in what's going to happen next, and there's a whole lot of back and forth playing. But with about 10 minutes left to play, the scores are just 4-3 in favor of Namibia. It's very close, and for the hosts themselves, they are a bit worried. You can see by the way they're playing and the way they're reacting. And Kenya really fighting, they're pushing to try and get an equalizer goal, because they definitely have to, something has to change, to say the least. And they're not going to accept an easy defeat,
I agree with you. They have every right to panic now or start to get worried, because at this level you play the whole 40 minutes or the whole 60 minutes of the game. There's no resting, especially in the fourth chaka. That's where the intensity really usually picks up, and that's when the legs start to give up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
at this stage of the game, it's a real test of fitness.
I think once you've set yourself ahead with a few goals, the fourth chaka shouldn't be so intense, but Namibia is too close to relax now, because Kenya still has a lot of time to come back.
That's true, and Namibia shouldn't write Kenya off just yet. It's only 1 goal difference, and for them that if they're caught sleeping, the scores can end up being equal, and then they can go home with a draw. And for the host country, you can hear how loud, you can hear how happy, you can hear how intense the home fans are here, shouting and screaming and singing for their country. But it won't really end well if they do concede another goal.
Idimuli Azeze. Unfortunate soft touch from him.
Matthew Lassen will start it. Matthew Lassen will start it here in the 23, and then he'll protect the ball, try and make a viable pass. Christian Duran will happily collect over the 23, make a pass there. Unfortunately, no, the ball not finding JP Brits there as he had to reach for it, but then he didn't even bother because it was way out of reach.
But Mamani keeping so much composure there. With a lot of pressure behind him, he still managed to get it out of there. Giovanni Andura now. Jack Furi. Will it pass it? A short corner there for Namibia.
Short corner for Namibia. Yeah, I think this could be their chance to try and hopefully go 2 goals ahead, because one goal lead isn't safe at all. So then they definitely have to try and make this 5 for them and up the advantage in their favor. But I think Kenya will not allow that very easy. They know that this game is very close, and they'll try everything, and by all means to try and keep the one goal deficit, and then try and get an equalizer as the game goes on.
Let's see if Namibia will try a variation this time, since the direct shots have been kept out by Ndijo. Just like that, JP makes it 5-3 for Namibia.
Yeah, and who else would you expect at the end of that? The captain himself, the maestro when it comes to short corners, makes it 5 for Namibia. And a beautiful goal. Unfortunately, Kenya just caught napping there. I'm sure they're very disappointed, but they're not giving up yet, 7 minutes left to play. They're not worried. They're not phased. But yeah, just a replay of the short corner again.
That's a powerful shot. The goalkeeper couldn't even see it coming.
You can see how brilliant that was. It even took out the water bottles that were sticking there at the back of the field there, and
But I think the runner also stood in front of the goalkeeper, or ran right in front of the goalkeeper, making it very difficult for him to actually see where the ball was going, but he chose the right direction. He just passed his glove by a few inches. But Kenya is still in the fight, passing the ball around, trying to enter the circle now. Captain JP Pritz holding the ball.
Yeah, it seems to me that Namibia now have seemed to sort of park the bus. They're not pressing there at the top anymore. Kenya had enough space when the ball started in the center of the field. So, they're not going to rush that much to stop the ball there at the back. But Kenya have a lot to play for. A 2-goal deficit isn't a lot. They can definitely, hopefully make up for it.
Matthew Lassen there, keeping composure.
Fortunately, the 16 ball for Namibia. Kenya just losing out there. He tried to play the 5 rule, but then that was already 5 meters as he played it towards the baseline.
Matthew Lassen there. He did a great job this game so far.
Good job here by Sean Ivan at the back there just to get the free hit here, and then Matthew Lassen will collect there and try and send.
Chance for Kenya now. Let's see. Wesonga again. Wesonga Vincent with a short corner.
Yeah, Kenya here get another chance to try and edge over Namibia here. With Namibia just losing discipline there in the circle, as you saw Robin there. He just went for the stick tackle and then conceded a short corner, which was very unnecessary because it seemed to me that the Kenyan player would have mistrapped that. But unfortunately, in the rush, in the heat of things, you really get lost in things, and then you just really try and fight for the ball a bit much.
And I think the other unfortunate thing is in the 4th quarter, with 5 minutes to go, the guys are tired, and when you get tired, you start to make mistakes. Yeah, and I think that's where the fitness test comes in.
Most definitely.
A variation from Kenya there. Great clearance from Blam. Unfortunate Ball from the
just goes
Kenyans.
wide.
Just great clearance from Lil Bryce there. Very
Yeah.
good clearance from him.
Yeah, very unlucky there for Kenya for not getting one goal back. But you know, they can see that they did try variation there on the short corner, and it did work out. But then they got the shot off, but just off target.
Kenya trying again. It's nice to see that the Kenyans haven't given up hope yet.
Here are some couple stats for you. Shots on goal, Namibia has 12, Kenya only has 3. And circle penetration, surprisingly, Kenya has more than Namibia, 13 to 12 in favor of Kenya, as I said, 13 to Kenya, 12 to Namibia. And possession, yes, this is definitely surprising as well, that Namibia has more possession than Kenya, 52% for Namibia, 48% for Kenya.
But to be fair, the possession has been very close between the two countries.
Yeah.
I think they've been evenly matched on paper, but in terms of decision making, in terms of scoring goals, Kenya has been lacking quite a bit, seeing as they've had more circle penetrations as well as enough shot corners to at least have scored 2 or 3 brilliant ones from.
Yeah, as you can see, also the one stat that we didn't mention was the penalty corners. Namibia having 7, Kenya only 5. Yeah, I think Namibia has definitely used the most of their penalty corners. I think they scored from 3 of them, which was very good stuff. But unfortunately, Kenya didn't really score from any of their short corners, so they could have executed a bit more on that front, but they missed out on all of their 5 opportunities that they had the short corners.
JAC Philander there.
Oh, unfortunately, stiff body tackle there for against Giovanni Handura, but he gets up, he's fine.
Kenya once again, the 23 of Namibia, trying by all means to get the ball into the circle, but just losing it. Once again, you are watching the Junior Africa Cup, coming to you live from Windhoek, Namibia. My name is Robin Kambinda, and I'm here joined by
Tawana Mutapati.
Tawana Mutapati, yes.
Yes, with about 3 minutes left to play in the game, I think Kenya have to lay it out here on the line, because they've got a lot to play for. They've got nothing to lose, to be honest, because they're already 2 goals behind. If they have to make a full man press, then they should do that to try and get at least 1 or 2 goals back in their favor. But Namibia will not allow them to press that easy, and then will not allow them to obtain possession.
Giovanni Handura there. JAC Philander trying. Just misses it.
JAC Philander unfortunately not being so strong on the ball there, just losing out on the first defender.
Hands there from the Kenyan player, defeating 2 players on the line.
Yeah, it was good elimination skills from him, I think, yeah, he's done his homework. He did really execute that very well, I must say.
Namibia, they're starting to make mistakes. Seems the fatigue is kicking in. But if they can hold on for another 2 minutes, we should be clear from another goal coming from the Kenyans.
Yeah.
Kenyan spectators here just frustrated.
Yeah,
Understandingly so.
You can hear that they're not very happy with most of the calls that are being made here. But I think given the circumstance of how things have been going, it's only fair for them to have these sort of feelings.
Kenyans attempting again, putting in one more big fight. A consolation goal wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, I think with less than 2 minutes to play, that's a long time. I think they're playing for more than just the consolation goal. They can definitely get the 2 goals and the equalizer, but it will be a tough one, to say the least.
The coach always says you can score 3 goals in 2 minutes, and it's not impossible.
Yeah.
And if you do, you won't be the first one to do it.
Yeah, I think we saw, honestly, with I think Kenya, they were on the receiving end, unfortunately, against Egypt.
Abraham again. Let's see what he's trying to do. He's entered. Jack Fury with another attempt. Umpire saying Kenya's ball now. Starting to see the Namibians trying to fight in the last few seconds as well. Kenyans under pressure now for the last 40 seconds. Can Namibia do something? Just a little bit off. Nine seconds to go. And just like that, Namibia wins and cements this game 5-3.
What a lovely game of hockey to watch. You know, Namibia making it their second win of the tournament. Yeah, it was as Robin, my co-commentator, said. Yeah, making it 5-3. All smiles, waves. You know,
the flags are waving.
The waves are flagging. Yeah, the flags are waving.
Namibian spectators are so happy in the crowd. But the Kenyans can also be proud of themselves. It's not an easy score to achieve. It was a close game. The Kenyans really fought up until the last minute. Their engines didn't slow down. The Namibians were starting to get worried when the score was close. But I think after the fifth goal, they started to realize that they've cemented the win.
Yeah, most definitely. I think going into this game, Namibia were favorites to win, being the hosts, and on paper being the strategically stronger team. But here are some highlights for you, as you can see, and how the game kind of unfolded. This was Kenya's third goal, and then they were just one behind here, but they did very well getting that fourth goal the third goal for themselves. Yeah.
Goalkeeper taking out the player in the meantime as well.
Was a backhand stick, but yeah, a reverse stick shot. As I was saying earlier, it was they went into this game being favorites, but the underdogs Kenya giving them a good run for their money nonetheless. You know, they did score the first goal, and at first Namibians were very shaken when they did concede the first goal. But as you can see here, the Kenyan goalkeeper was absolutely unstoppable there. But yeah, just losing out on a couple shots, but yeah, he still did a very good job nonetheless.
I think his agility and his reflexes really pulled through today. For example, the other saves that he made, this was a brilliant goal from JP. The goalkeeper really tried to do his job, and I think this was just a brilliant. I think this was just a brilliant goal.
It was.
Yeah, I think it was just a brilliant goal
because
it chose the right direction, but unfortunately he couldn't, in the last split seconds, make out the direction of the ball.
Yeah, it was fast. It was high. It was everything that you need from a short corner. You know, beating the goalkeeper there, right on his hindsight.
I think we're gonna see some statistics now, as the crowd prepares for the final game of the evening.
Yeah, just hang in there if you weren't aware. I think the Namibian women are just about to take stage here in the closing game of the African Cup. Just after this, the Namibian women will be taking on the
Just a few statistics after full time. Final score, Kenya 3, Namibia 5. 3 shots on target for Kenya, 12 for Namibia. 14 circle penetrations for Kenya, 13 for Namibia. 49% ball possession for Kenya, 51% of Namibia, which is actually, it actually displays what happened in the game. 5 penalty corners for Kenya and 7 for Namibia. 2 cards for Kenya and 3 for Namibia. I think 2 of those 3 cards went to the same player, if I'm not mistaken. But all in all, the possession it was really close. I think it could have also been an easy 50-50.
Yeah.
But I think within the last chaka, Namibia really started to pick up, and I think from the 5th goal, they started to pick up dominance again.
Yeah, they did very well. I mean, as you can see, 51 to 49%. That is a very close game. And Yeah, the circle penetrations. Kenya were very well. I think when Namibians went down a couple of players, they did take advantage of that and attacked a bit more, which is why they had a bit more circle penetrations than Namibia. But nonetheless, the score does reflect how well the game went for the other team. Yeah, but nonetheless, I think good job from the hosts, Namibia, and not to write off Kenya at all. They did very well, fought on till the last whistle, and they gave it their all. But yeah, thank you very much for joining us for tonight's game. And just after this game, we will watch the Namibian women take on the Zambians. But for tonight, this is me and my co-commentator Robin Kambinda signing out. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Enjoy the last game of the evening.
Good night.
Namibia proudly hosts the Junior Hockey World Cup qualifiers right in the heart of Windhoek from the 18th to the 25th of April at Devon Trustco Hockey Stadium. The best young talents from across Africa will battle it out for a shot at global glory. Who will represent the continent on the world stage? Follow real-time updates and all the live action on all our NBC Sports social media platforms. This is more than just hockey. This is the road to the World Cup. Catch every moment live on NBC2. NBC, it's ours.